Hey everyone, Shameless Sims here again, and I am doing a VFR flight in the A2A simulations Cherokee 180. We're up in the Pacific Northwest. We're at Bremerton National right now. If we look at SkyVector, have our flight plans, a quick little VFR hop down here out of Bremerton. Be runway 19 takeoff, and we'll do a right turn to the north, making sure that we stay out of SeaTax Bravo. We will be inside the Mode C Veil, so we will be squawking altitude. We will not have GPS, so we'll be using land-based references and this Pin Cove Navaid to find out where we're going. Get some little bit of essay and make sure that we stay above Woodby Island's airspace. Surface to 4,000 and then 1,300 up to 4,000 over here. And then we'll listen for the weather over at Friday Harbor, and then we will do just one VFR approach to landing. Right traffic there, so we'll make sure we abide by that and look for other traffic. And yeah, we'll go ahead and get started. It's been a while since I've flown VFR, especially without a GPS, so we'll make sure we abide by that. It looks like as long as we stay along this waterway right here, we aim straight towards that on this 345-ish radial. We should be good to go outside of here. In real life, I would have that tuned up just in case they do need to get a hold of us, but we'll be fine because we're planning on going to 6,500, so we'll be kind of right in the heart of this, close enough. But we're on Mode C, so they'll be able to find us if we need to. So we're cold and dark in here. I'm going to go inside, and we'll start working through the checklists. I'm going to simulate that I've already done the exterior walk around so we can get rid of the pitot covers, tie downs, wheel chocks, and control lock. And get the yoke out of the way. The parking brake's on, so we're good to go on that. We'll have to prime it 2 to 3. I'll prime it twice here. A little bit warmer weather, so we should be good to go. Weight and balance has been checked. Cabin secure. Control wheel lock has been removed. We will look. Make sure control surfaces move the way we want them to. Yeah. I don't know. There we go. Stick my head through the window like a superhuman. And avionics, all that's off. Master switch. Where's master switch? Is that master? Okay, yep. Master switch coming on. Fuel quantities. They are balanced, so I'll just select the right tank for now. That's fine. Flaps, extend, then retract. Yep, good to go. And going back down. Elevator trim is neutral. We'll leave it like that. Yep, it's good to go. Good to go. And go ahead and turn our beacon on, let people know that we're about to start engines. And it's already on, sweet. Wheel brakes are on, carb heat is off, master switch is still on. Electric fuel pump should be able to hear it. Yep. Primer 1 to 3, let's do 2. Close that back up. Mixture's full rich. Crack the throttle about an inch, or about half an inch or so. And we'd call out prop clear at this point, and we would engage our starter. Gonna look for that prop to start spinning out there. would help if the ignition were on. So error on my part. Should have followed the checklist a little bit better. Alrighty, so we'll keep it idling around 900 or so. And ammeter, we do have positive, about 10 amps right now. Good suction over here. EGT should start rising up a little bit. Oil temps still down, and oil pressure is in the green. I'm not going to turn on any nav lights yet. I will when I'm about to taxi. We can flip on the radio master switch and pick up the ASOS over here. $122 or 121.2 is what we have. Put it down here. Alright, looks like, yeah, runway 19 is going to work best. Just 4 degrees off of runway heading. So that's good. Pop that off. And field elevation here is 444. Sweet. Yeah, we're well within that 75. Alright, radios are on. Let's pull up the CTAF real quick so we listen to anybody that's around us. 123.05. And to kind of lean forward a little bit, we can put the Friday Harbor CTAF in the back, 128.25. Cool, so now we can talk on CTAF, and once we get close enough, we can just flip that over. And I'm done with the weather here, so I can yeah, I can, I'll just leave that there for now, that's fine. Trying to see if there's any way I could tune up Seattle's frequency. I don't have it offhand. Oh well, we'll be monitoring guard. I'll go ahead and do that. I'll do 121.5 little guard. So if they really do need to get a hold of me for anything, they'll be able to do it that way. And then in the backup, I can put Friday Harbor's ASOS, or yep, ASOS over there, 135.67. And mainly, I am going to be using autopilot a little bit for this, but in real life, I probably wouldn't just hand fly it. The CCV, I'll pull that back over here. Just getting all the nav aids set up. I'm going to have CVV, I meant Pin Cove, in 1, and then I will have the Seattle Vortac in number 2. That way I can get a little bit more SA, find out what radial I'm on. It should be west heading up north. And when I'm about on like, it looks like the 275, I'll be clear this little shelf over here. So just not required, but just anything to boost your SA is good to go, you know. All right, so CVV was 117.2, which is tuned up, and I'll be on about 345. It looks like, so I may have all that. No. And Seattle Vortac is 116.8. Cool. I'm not picking it, it's not getting picked up yet, and I should be starting off just a little north of west on there. Alright. Should be good to go for right now. Once again, it's going to be a north takeoff. And I think I am about ready to go. I'm just going to use my landing lights to taxi. And let these guys know. Nav switch. Fuel pumps off. Boom. Yep, we'll do our ground check once we get up a little bit closer. So Bremerton traffic, November 832 Papa Whiskey, taxi runway 19, Bremerton traffic. Just had to update the AccuSim because the nose wheel steering wasn't working on us. So it's a little touchier than I'm used to. I had to put full rudder and differential braking to get it to turn at all. I'll taxi for a full length, and I won't be needing any flap for this takeoff. Just gonna line up on this taxiway and verify that my heading systems are all looking the way they're supposed to. Yep, it's gonna be a 1.9, so the reciprocal is gonna be 10 degrees. Sweet. Update the title and all that of this stream. Of course, I forgot to do that because I'm cool like that. November 832 Pub Whiskey. This is with the A2A. Cherokee. I am in PWT going to Friday Harbor. And I'm using Orbx Global and Orbx Pacific Northwest because it is by far, at least in my opinion, their best product. Coming up to the end of the runway. Keep at about a 45-degree angle so I can see any incoming traffic if needed. Cool, parking brake is set. Throttle up to 2,000. Gonna look for a drop. Left. Drop on the right. Carb heat drop. And suction's good to go. EGT is normal. Everything else is in the green. Alright, flight controls are all free and correct. Yep, rudder's good to go. Carb heat is off. Fuel selector is on full S. Electric pump is on. One moment, doing some final checks here in the nav aids. Alrighty, should be good to go. Bremerton traffic, November 832 Papa Whiskey, Cherokee, departing runway 19 Bremerton traffic. Departing to the north, 6,500. So, lights, camera, action. Get my landing light on. Go ahead and put this on bright. Simulate like we have a headset on to get a little bit more quiet. Hold the center line and rotate at 60. I'm going to climb out at 90 to 100. It says a climb for 74 to 90 on here, but I'm just gonna stick with 90. Seems kind of crazy to do 74. I don't need that kind of climb. At 1,000 feet, I'm gonna make my turn out north. Just coming up here in a second. Bremerton traffic, Cherokee 832 Papa Whiskey departing to the north. Bremerton traffic. Turns to approximately 345. Should start seeing the landmarks that I was used to, that I was expecting to see. Bay over here. See, I am picking up DME, 45 DME, and I'm on the right radial. Go over here and see exactly where I am from the Saitek VOR. About 260. Cool. And I did this flight in reverse from Friday Harbor down to Bremerton in a 172 a couple years ago with a friend who's a C-17 pilot now. It was I mean, this looks good, but it was even more beautiful than this, obviously, in real life. Climb's good, all the engine instruments are good, 2500 EGT is good, suction's good, everything else is in the green. And we are sipping from the right fuel tank, so no big worries on that. Everything else is looking good. Gonna turn autopilot master on. It'll run through its self-check, and then it'll let us know when it's ready with the green light. A little bit of wind up here, nothing too bad. Once we get up and level off at 6,500, we're gonna crack it down to about 2,300, and then lean it out. Make sure we run at about 23 to 2,400 RPM lean. 1,000 to go. I don't know if we could see it. Seattle's over there behind those clouds. Once we get leveled off, we can use a little bit more terrain recognition to orient ourselves just even further. Ultimate SA. Slowly start our level off. Trim off our pressures. Got an altitude hold mode. Tell me to trim up slightly. And I'm holding here nav 1. It's on put it on low mode. So this is good for just kind of getting us in the right direction. It's not as refined as say like ILS where you want to put it in like high. I'm gonna lean us out. Waiting for that drop. There we go. Moving back in a couple percents above that. A little bit more. Cool, we're right at 24. It's looking good so far. Now we can pull up our sectional get an idea of where we are. All right, looks like this bad boy is right here. That makes sense. It's got the two little inlets over here, I believe is what we're looking at. Nope, I lied. This is that right here. So we're already inside of a coil and banger. And we should be able to see a runway down here. We should be able to see apex. Let's see if we can peep over and look at that with our special eyes. It's one of the things that's bad about these low wings is that you kind of lose some of your visibility of the ground. Oh well. I'm gonna go ahead and assume it's right down there. Probably past it at this point. It's fine. Pull that back up. We're just over here. Has this, yep, it's a good track. So that means we're past this little shelf over here. If we can double check, we can find out where we are off the Saitek Vortex. .295. So that is, if we were to draw a line directly off of here, and yeah, that's all adding up. So we're good to go. Looks like we do have some wispies over here that we have to maintain clearance of. But we'll get a little bit closer and see how that goes. In our airspace, there's a mnemonic that we use to memorize cloud clearances, C152. So clear clouds, obviously, and then, sorry, 3152. So 3 statute miles of cloud clearance, and then 500 feet below cloud deck, 1,000 feet above, and then 2,000 feet horizontally, and we would be good to go. So as long as we are 2,000 feet away from these clouds up here, 500 feet below, or 1,000 feet above, that's just to prevent people climbing up into you. That's why there's more on top of the clouds. It'd be pretty difficult to try to avoid somebody at that point. And we just go to heading mode since we're VFR and kind of skirt around these clouds. And plus, we don't need to go directly to say we are just inside of here. So as we're moving up, we don't need to intrude on this airspace over Whidbey Island. We can fly over it. Last time we were there, we saw some some Hornets doing some pattern work, which is pretty sweet. So we'll go to heading mode now. Select about a 300, change to autopilot mode to heading. It'll steer us left. Got a little crazy with the cheese whiz right there. Freaking autopilot. Oh, that's fine. I wonder what caused that. Oh well, not a big deal. Get back to altitude. Maintain our cloud clearances. I know 6,500 is a little high, but it's good to have options as far as glide distances and all that, and especially since we're going to be going over water, like as much as we can try to get back to land if anything does happen, anything goes wrong. We'll continue out on this heading just for a little while until we get around these clouds. See if I can get it to not go crazy again. A little bit of nose up. That looks about right. The clouds are over there. 2,400. Altitude's being held nicely, finally. Let's see, get an idea on our sectional, where we are, a little lake down there, see if we can find that and use that. There should be an airfield up here as well. I'll look here in a moment. Where are we from Seattle? .305, all right. So 305 is right here. Oh. 305 up through here. We should be right around here. Looks like Jeffco, yeah. Jeffco is that airfield. Should be right below us. Let's see what we got. I think that's Jeffco down there. Yeah, it's Jefferson County. Alright, sweet. So on this map, a little pocket-sized, Jeffco right here. We can get a rough wag of where we're supposed to go through here. Should be around the 180 radial off of CCV, and it's on the pull this up, show you on Friday Harbor. Closest nav aid is CVV, and it is on the 305 radial at 20.5 DME, which is useful for us. So if we need to, we can just pull the pull up that nav aid and fly the 305 radial out of there. Don't really need my landing light on anymore. The A2A menu is pretty sweet. I like that. Jefferson County down here. And another airfield. Let's see what that one is. Nose trimmed down. Picked up some different air. Alright, pull back up our Sky Vector overlay. Looks like a diamond point. Which we're flying over right now, so that's cool. Diamond point. We're on a pretty good vector to where we need to be going. Well, actually, we'll go direct over Whidbey Island. So we'll just go direct, and then we'll turn over that. We can see that airfield, or just north of us. So we'll do that. Get the 2 from indication to head out on 305. So center this up, closer north, I think. And move this over to low. Should start taking us that way. Slight right. Check out the engine instruments again. 24, just below 24. Suction is below 5. And we'll go ahead and switch over fuel tanks. So, put my fuel pump is on. Boom. Nobody died. Sweet. Yep, we can turn that off. Still at 6,500. Everything's looking good. See if we can get that Friday Harbor weather in number 2.
November 07. Automated weather observation. 1
Go to heading mode. Looks like we are. Yeah, we're just getting really close to it. It's getting sensitive. What are we, 9 miles? Yeah, 9 miles from that. It says about an ETA of 4 to get there. And once we get that 2 from, we'll flip to heading to 305 and just fly that out. That'll put us in the right direction. Fine tune it up a little bit, get a lower tolerance for deviation, see where that takes us. Should be right here near the field, or this island right here. Yep, it's just inside this little bay right here, so I don't know if we'll be able to see it, but we'll look for it just north of that. So let's check it out. I don't know if it would draw this far. Just west of that airfield is the nav aid. Curious about that. I think I've seen them on here before, but not exactly sure. We should be getting close to the cone of confusion, so that could be getting us a little wonky. We're 5 miles, we're just over a mile up. So I'm going to keep us on this heading. Go to heading mode. And then once we get the 2 from indication over here, then I'll switch us out to the 305 and we'll ride that all the way to Friday Harbor. Sweet. Still am not picking up the Friday Harbor ASOS. It's
Whiskey, November 07, automated weather observation, 1956 Zulu, wind 342 at 7, visibility greater than 20 miles, sky condition clear, temperature 16 Celsius, dew point 13 Celsius, altimeter 300661 Whiskey Alpha, automated weather observation.
cool. We got the 2 from indication that flipped.
Wind 340 at 7. Visibility greater than 20 miles. Sky condition clear. Temperature 16 Celsius. Dew point 13 Celsius.
We'll head to 305.
300662 Whiskey Alpha 3 automated weather observation 2001 Zulu. Wind 342 at 7. Visibility greater than 20 miles. Sky condition clear. Temperature 16 Celsius. Dew point 13 Celsius. Altimeter 3006 Kilo Foxtrot Hotel Romeo automated weather observation 200.
There we go. That's Friday Harbor.
Wind 342 at 7. Visibility greater than 2.
Set the altimeter from that.
Condition clear.
3006.
altimeter 3006.
Pretty close to the 305, so we can head to nav hold. And it's 20 miles from that. So we just flew over here. Smith Island. I think I saw that little. It's a little island. I think it's right underneath our wing right now, but we'll fly over Lopez Island, and then CTAF for everybody is 128.5, which I have that in the backup. Go ahead and flip that right now. I can see how somebody might get these two confused, but just remember that the one's on the east side, one's on the west side of that, that little bay there, the harbor, Friday Harbor, I guess. So 15 miles out. Everything's right traffic. Let me pull up the wind one more time.
Whiskey, November 07. Weather observation 2004.
Still Whiskey 9, or Whiskey November 07.
Visibility greater than 20 miles. Sky condition clear.
But wind is a 3-4, 2 at 7
Dew point 1
there.
Celsius. Altimeter 3006. 61 Whiskey Alpha.
Oh man, it's gonna run through them all. But there's runway 34 at Friday Harbor, so it's north one. I could probably just do a straight in since I'm already on 305. See if I can do that.
Sky condition clear. Temperature 16 Celsius. Dew point 13 Celsius. Altimeter 3006. 2 Whiskey Alpha.
Yeah.
3 automated weather observation 2.
They're all looking the same, so I can actually start thinking about descending
Visibility
since I am coming up on 10 miles out.
Sky condition clear. Temperature 16 Celsius. Dew point 13 Celsius. Altimeter 3006.
Fuel pump is coming on. Gonna ration the moisture. Come off autopilot. 3 beeps. Mix CTAF. Friday Harbor traffic. Cherokee 832 Papa Whiskey is approximately 15 miles, correction, 8 miles to the southeast, inbound landing at runway 34 full stop. Friday Harbor traffic. Yeah, I got positive ID on the runway. Fuel tank. Oh, Jesus. TrackIR. Yep, left is the fullest. Was not long enough of a flight to mess with it too much. Yeah, we're 10 miles out. Friday Harbor traffic. Cherokee 832 Papa Whiskey, 10 miles to the southeast, straight in runway 34 full stop. Friday Harbor traffic. And we see Pedro Island Airport. Let's kind of stay a little bit higher above here so we don't fly through their final, because people will be running on this highway runway as well, the north runway. Yeah, it shouldn't be an issue with those guys. And they'd most likely be calling on CTAF, although they don't have to, but if they were smart, they'd call. Pop on my landing light. Cool. Trying to get fixated too much on the actual runway and kind of keep a lookout for your environment too. It's a pretty popular airfield, especially when the weather's nice. I think that there was 4 or 5 planes on the ramp whenever we went there. We landed 1-6. Nice long straight in. It's been so long since I've tried to land a general aviation aircraft, so I'll try not to whiff it too bad. So descent power as desired, mixture is rich, electric fuel pump is on, fuel selector full as tank. Friday Harbor traffic. Cherokee 832 Papa Whiskey 6.9 miles straight in, runway 34 full stop, Friday Harbor. Start slowing down to flap operating range. Nose up trim as we slow. One notch. Continue slowing down just a little bit more, and I'll throw in my second stage of flaps, and we'll set up for a final approach. There's a glide slope that I want. 2 red, 2 white, gonna slow to about 60. Sorry, about 70, I guess. A little high. Friday Harbor traffic, Cherokee 832 Papa Whiskey established on final, short final, full stop 34, Friday Harbor. It's a little steep. Pappies look good though. Could be this sheer cliff making me think that just landing illusions. Yeah, a little high. Going for the threshold. Alright, still full rich. Gonna taxi clear here. And we'll park in one of these spots to shut her down. Almost no braking on that. The yellow line right underneath their wingtips. And we'll go ahead and set a parking brake. Run through the checklist. I don't even know if there is a checklist for this, but we'll go ahead and just do the opposite of what we normally do. So fuel pump off, lane lights are off, rotating beacon will stay on until that's done. So off, autopilot master's off. Don't need our strobes. P2 heat is off. Radio master is off. Autopilot master, and then we will pull that. Kill the engine, fuel's all the way out. Ignition's off. Off, off, disconnect that, and trim lock, and then we can lower the flaps all the way, and I think that is all we have to do. Thanks for watching. Let me know any suggestions or anything at the end, and I will get back to you and hopefully do another video, maybe with the 737 or what anybody wants to see. Sorry about the autopilot shenanigans, but thanks for watching. See ya.